Hello, Eurovision friends. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories, for this, my current top 37 of Eurovision 2025. A lot of you guys have asked for this, so I decided to do it now. I wanted to give the songs a bit of time to grow on me or to grow off me as well, and to be really sure that this is actually my ranking before rehearsals start. And now I am quite sure, and I want to give you my top 37. This video includes all 37 countries that the EBU has allowed to participate, unfortunately without Moldova, because they obviously withdrew. However, the song that would probably have won their national final, Semafoare, would have made it to my top 15, so I'm quite sad that they withdrew, actually. And I also think that it would have done quite well in Eurovision as well, but I hope to see them back next year. And then, sorry to the regulars that you always have to listen to this, but there are always people in the comments that don't understand that this is my personal subjective opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. This is not a prediction or anything like this. This is just how I personally feel about these songs, so don't take it too seriously. And if you completely disagree with me about a song, leave a comment and explain to me why you love this song. Just insulting me because I don't like an entry will not convince me to like it. And especially if it's your own country that you feel so strongly about, maybe take a step back and ask yourself how objective you really are about this. So, having said all that, let's start with my top 37. In 37th place, and from the very beginning, this has been in my last place, unfortunately, we have Estonia, Tommy Cash with Espresso Macchiato. Someone commented that this is deadpan humor and that it's very, very funny, because I said that it always feels like he's quite disengaged and quite lackluster when he performs this song. If this is deadpan humor, I guess I don't understand it. There are other deadpan humor things that I quite like a lot. I just don't find this funny at all. I still think he's trolling Eurovision in a way. And the latest things he has said about the San Marinese entry, for example, and about him wanting to win Eurovision, kind of feel like we might have a lot of trolling during Eurovision week with him. Unfortunately, it is a very catchy song. It is staged quite interestingly. I read somewhere that he'll have Italian grammars on the stage, and I think that is a great idea if that actually is true. But I still have my problems with this song. Then in 36th place, I have Emmy, Like a Party for Ireland. What can I say that I haven't said about this already? It is nostalgic, but even in the 90s, I didn't like these kinds of entries. The music and the instrumentation is too much for me. Her voice is not a voice that I really can enjoy personally. I do understand why people like this, but it's just not my cup of tea. And the lyrics are a bit cringe for me as well. She sings about a dog in space that died, and now she hopes that that didn't really happen, and she's having a party in the sky. I don't know. And they had these graphics during Eurovision concert in Amsterdam with a dog floating through space. Not sure about that. It all feels a bit cringe to me, and so it stayed in 36th place. I hope Ireland does well in future Eurovisions because they have a great music scene, but this, for me at least, is not it, but I do know why people like this song. In 35th place, we have a new entry, Miriam Shengelia, Freedom for Georgia. It starts interestingly. It has a kind of nervous instrumentation is the best adjective I could come up with. And it kind of feels like it builds towards something very, very dramatic and big. And then that really doesn't happen. And that's, I think, why I have this feeling about the song, that it's a bit uneventful, a bit boring, even though there are lots of things happening in the instrumentation. And a lot of the instrumentation is quite beautiful. She sings it well as well. But it just builds towards something that in the end doesn't happen, and you kind of feel underwhelmed by it for that reason. I think I do, at least. In 34th place, I have Go Joe, Milkshake Man for Australia, going down 4 places, by the way. You can see in the corner there the places it has gone up or down since I did my top 32 video. This is still a song that I objectively understand why people like it. It's catchy, it's kind of fun. He's a charismatic performer, although in Amsterdam in Eurovision in concert, it felt a bit like something was lacking, like he was pretending to have fun in a way. So they really have to work on making it more direct and more engaging with the audience. At least that's my opinion. And the song itself, I don't like the tongue-in-cheek lyrics. I don't love the spoken word part in French. This is one of the 6 songs this year that has some part of the lyrics in French. But this is my least favorite one of all of these. And yeah, sorry about that, Australia. Then in 33rd place, and you can see that this has fallen quite a bit in my ranking, unfortunately, we have Marko Božňák with Poison Cake for Croatia. I think this has to do with the fact that Croatia was one of my favorites in the last 2 years. And I also know his discography, lots of great songs in there. And this just feels like he tried to find a Eurovision-y song. It kind of worked because he won the national final, but it doesn't work for me because it's just very disjointed. Lots of different elements, of course, to the song, which can make it stand out and people might remember it. But to me, it's just too much. I don't really like listening to the song, especially the sweet children's rhyme that we have in one part of the song is just too much for me, too jarring for me. And he is a sweet guy. It was his dream to go to Eurovision, so I'm happy for him that he realized that. I think a lot can be done with the staging for this one, and it might grow on me a bit if the staging is done just right. But for the moment, it's just not the kind of thing that I like. It's also very dark lyrically, which I'm not a big fan of. So sorry, Croatia. Žao mi je. Then we have Park with Survivor for Armenia. I listened to the song again right before doing this video because I didn't do a rating video. It is just incredibly shouty for the first couple of minutes. And then you have this very short part where you have traditional instruments and he sings a bit lower, isn't shouting as much. He still doesn't hit all the notes. But that part of the song is my favorite part of the song. Everything else around it is just a bit too chaotic, too shouty, too, I don't know, projecting strength that vocally isn't really there, unfortunately. I understand that the vibe of the song is something that Armenians probably could relate to. I completely understand that. But for me, it's just too chaotic of a song, unfortunately. In 31st place, I have Justyna Gaja for Poland going down 8 places. So this has gone down a bit in my ranking, even though 4 new songs are above it as well. This is a bit similar to the Armenia situation. It's a bit chaotic, but I'm going to start with the positives. She's 53 years old and she performs the hell out of this song. All the acrobatic moves, the choreography are incredibly impressive. She is fitter than I am, I think. Not I think, I'm sure she is fitter than I am at 53. She sings this incredibly well. She has incredible vocal control. The issue is just that I personally cannot connect to this song because it feels quite chaotic. The vocals are strong, but just because you sing a song well doesn't necessarily mean that I love it instantly. And the performance seems a bit chaotic to me as well. I think they need more earth tones, less of a leathery feel to it, because the song is about Mother Earth. So maybe they can lean into that more and then it might grow on me. But for now, sorry, it's just my 31st place. Then in 30th place, a new entry, Theo Evan with Shh for Cyprus. I had very high hopes for this and I was a bit disappointed when I saw the video. The main reason I can't quite get into this song is the verses. I do think the chorus is quite catchy. The pre-chorus is well done as well. But these verses and the beginning of the song that is a bit, I don't know how to explain it, like sassy and with a lot of attitude. It feels like they wanted to project in there. I don't like that. And it kind of makes me not be able to really enjoy this song. Unfortunately, the vocals are pretty good, I think. He is very charismatic. He looks like a star. And that is all great. But the song, the verses especially, are a bit yeah, too much for me. And it's also a bit disjointed in a way. The chorus, pre chorus, and the verses don't really work together 100% for me. Then in 29th place, we have Sissel, or I have Sissel with Hallucination for Denmark, only going down 2 places. So this has grown on me a bit because new entries are above it. I think my main issue with this was, first of all, the song, because I think it's quite repetitive and it's a bit generic as well. But the biggest issue is the staging in the national final. I don't think it works at all. The outfit, the lasers, everything. I think this would profit from her being much more natural. Natural outfit and a more subdued staging to really focus on the big selling point of this song, which for me is her charisma. She's a very lovely person. We have seen that outside of the performance, but I think she can bring that across in the performance as well. And then also her vocals are incredibly impressive. One of the best vocals this year. She sang it live in Amsterdam and it sounded like the studio version. Great vocal control as well. And so I would focus more on her natural charisma and her voice than all of the crazy stuff that happened in the national final with the lasers and everything else. Then Miriana Conte with Kant going up 2 places. So this has improved since they had to remove the pun from the song. I did not like the pun at all. But now that it's gone, I can appreciate the song for what it is, a powerful, empowering song sung by someone who has a lot of charisma to sell this and all the spunk, so to speak, as well to sell it, has a good voice, and it is kind of a catchy modern song. It feels a bit Nicki Minaj, stuff like that. I don't usually like these kinds of songs, which is why it's my number 28, but I do appreciate it a lot more now than I did before. In 27th place, I have Laura Thorne for Luxembourg with La Poupée Monte le Son. The biggest plus for this is that it's a homage and a sort of modernization of the 1965 Luxembourg entry, Poupée de cire, Poupée de son by France Gall. I love that. There are some motifs in the instrumentation that are reminiscent of Poupée de cire, Poupée de son as well, which is an iconic Eurovision song, so I really like that. The song itself, however, is a bit too sweet to junior Eurovision kind of for me, though it sounds quite French, which is a positive. This is one of the many French songs we have this year, obviously. And the performance, she should be doll-like for the first 20 seconds and then really be able to show her natural charisma, which I think she has. But the performance that was a bit over-choreographed didn't let her really show all of that to the audience. And I hope that they work on the staging for that reason. And that's also one of the main reasons, along with the song, that it's my number 27. She sings it well, nothing to criticize there, but yeah. In 26th place, I have Kyle Alessandro with Lighter for Norway. This is the kind of entry where I think he deserves a better song because he is so young, but he still performs this incredibly well. He sings it so well. He dances well. I think he has this X factor, you might say, the star power that you need. And I hope he returns in like 5 or 10 years with more experience as well and with a better song, because nothing to criticize about him. The song itself, however, feels quite generic to me. It has a very personal message to him, which is good, but the lyrics are quite clunky in a lot of ways as well. And they said they would work on the staging, so it might feel a bit more natural as well when he doesn't have to wear this armor thing that he did in the national final. And then it might grow on me, but Kyle Alessandro, well done, and I think you might be a future Eurovision winner with a different song, however. Then I have Napa Deslocado for Portugal. This has gone viral in Portugal. It's a hit as well, which is surprising maybe to some of those of us outside of Portugal, because it feels like this very relaxed and kind of uneventful song, which makes it stand out this year. And I do like it. It is, however, not a song that I would really listen to a lot. Maybe in my playlist to relax after a long day, that would be a nice addition. But otherwise, there's nothing in the song that you can really latch onto. I think the reason it went viral is mostly the lyrics of the song. about not fitting in after moving to the big city and wanting to come back home to your mom, to your house. They sing about Madeira, where they are from. And so I think a lot of people can relate to this. The problem in Eurovision will be, and I can relate to that as well in certain ways, the problem in Eurovision will be that lots of people won't understand the message, but still it's a very lovely sentiment in the song, and they perform it well. I like the glasses once again, but otherwise, yeah, just something more special is missing in this song. In 24th place, I have Clemen with How Much Time Do We Have Left, representing Slovenia. I like this more than a lot of people in the Eurovision community, obviously, who usually place this last in their rankings or very low in their rankings. I do think that the lyrics are incredibly direct, but they are very personal to him, so it's quite difficult to criticize that. It feels right to him, and that's fine. And I thought about why I don't connect to the song even more, because I usually love personal songs that tell a personal story. And I just think I would write a very different song after someone tells me that a loved one has a terminal illness. My song would be like all of these crazy feelings that you will have in that very moment, and it wouldn't be a very slow ballad like this. It is true to him, and that's great, and he is singing it well, he's performing it well. But the reason it's not higher in my list, which it should be because of the personal message, is I think because I would react very differently in that situation. Then in 23rd place, going up 5 places, I have Web with Roa representing Iceland. Now, this is one of the biggest climbers. There are others that went up 5 places as well coming up, but their vocals are not good, obviously, but it is just so fun and so energetic. They really are into this 100%. All the videos I saw of them talking to other artists and to interviewers are so funny. I think I would probably be exhausted after spending a day with them, but still, I love their energy and their youthful spirit as well. I love the performance, even though I don't like the silver all that much, but still, I love the boat and everything. I love the lyrics of this about rowing to Greenland and the Faroe Islands, kind of creating this space in Northern Europe that belongs together in a way. And I also love the instrumentation in this, the sea shanty vibe you have in many parts of the song. I just connect to that, and I think it's just also incredibly catchy. After listening to the recap and their live performances, it really stuck in my head, and I really realized that this song is actually better than I gave it credit for. So it might go up even more as time goes on. In 22nd place, and this might be a big surprise to some of you, because I was very happy when we chose this entry, I have our German entry, Aber in Tünner, with Baller going down 8 places. In this case, I might have been influenced by outside opinion, which usually I don't care about. I don't think I would be a Eurovision fan if I cared about other people's opinions about things. But here, having almost everyone around me, friends, family, say that they don't like this song, that they don't understand why this won, that it feels very amateur and is quite bad simply, might have influenced my opinion on this. But I also think that this is a song that for the first couple of listens is cool and catchy, and the la 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 stays in your head. But after a few listens, it becomes a bit annoying as well because it is so repetitious, unfortunately. And then the performance in the national final was very amateur. And I thought that there was a big potential to make the staging better, and it's still there, but I'm growing less and less confident each time I see them perform. They performed in Amsterdam to playback, and the performance, the choreo was basically the same. So I don't think they're working on anything that different than what they did at the national final. And so I'm growing less and less confident. The lyrics of the song, apart from the la 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 la, are quite good. I like the cello in there, but the vocals are another big thing where I am not hopeful that she will be able to sing this very well, unfortunately, because we haven't really heard her sing this well. She is very charismatic, and that will help selling this to the audience. But for the juries to really go for this, we need a great vocal performance, and I just don't see it. But for my personal opinion, sorry, I'm starting to ramble a little bit. For my personal opinion, it's just a song that grew off me quite a bit. Then, however, we have a positive going up 5 places to 21st place, Melody with Esa Diva for Spain. I think the revamp did a lot for me to appreciate the song more. But what really is convincing me more and more that this is a pretty good song. It's in 21st place, so it's not one of my favorites, but still I can appreciate it, is her way of performing this. If there's not that much happening around her, like in the national final, if it's not that chaotic, you can focus in on her natural charisma and her great vocals as well in the lower register and the higher register. And she just sells this so much. The revamp added a few Latin influences as well and a better beat that makes the song less dated as well. The lyrics I appreciate a little bit more than I did before, and that is why it went up 5 places to 21st place. In 20th place, I have a new entry, Yuval Raphael, New Day Will Rise for Israel. The biggest plus for this is her and her voice. She's a great, great singer, incredible vocal performance. And this moment during the chorus when she does the raspy, growly part is one of the best vocal moments this year. So I really like that. The song, however, needs a very long time to get to that moment, 1 minute and 40 seconds. And it just feels a bit clunky to me, the composition of the song. I love all the languages in this as well. But I also have to say that the French part feels a bit out of place, like you don't really understand why she suddenly sings this one verse in French. And I also think that the English lyrics could have been a bit more poetic. I think if they had let her write the lyrics, that might have been a great idea to make them more poetic. Then in 19th place, do not unsubscribe, please. This is my personal subjective opinion, once again. I have JJ Wasted Love for Austria, however, only going down 1 place, so it is kind of stable in my ranking. The main issue I have with this are the operatic vocals, and I thought again about why I cannot connect to these operatic vocals, not in this song and not in any other opera song we had in Eurovision history. One thing is that I think my ears are just not attuned to these very high frequencies, so to speak. But I also think that I don't feel the emotional connection when someone is singing that high. Like, I like the growls, I like the softer and lower register vocals because I feel all of the emotion that is in the song, and I just don't feel it here. I think the lyrics are a bit too generic as well, all of these water metaphors thrown in there, and it doesn't feel like he really has a personal connection to the lyrics of the song. That is just my opinion. However, objectively, and that is why it's my number 19, it is a well done song, well produced song. It has this drama to it that is impressive, and it will be, and I'm really looking forward to see this on the Eurovision stage and feel all the epicness of it all. But personally, I don't really listen to the song. I listen to all 37 songs in a playlist while doing other things. And this came on and I had to skip it because it's just too high for my ears. And that's very personal, obviously, and doesn't mean that the song is bad or anything like that. In 18th place, I have Zifferblatt with Bird of Prey. Lots of people don't like this, but I think it combines a lot of interesting elements, the white voice performance, the very high notes by the female backing singers, this rock element. It just feels like its own thing, like its own vibe, and I like that. It isn't, as you can see, it's 18th in my ranking. It's not like it's one of my big favorites, but I appreciate that it is trying to do something different and it stays true to itself in a way, this whole song. It has some elements of Ukrainian culture. I think the lyrics are quite lovely as well. And he has this very specific vibe as well that really works with the song. And that's why it's my number 18 and has stayed quite stable as well. Then in 17th place, I have Azerbaijan Mama Gama with Run With You. I seem to be quite alone with this, but I think this is very catchy. The chorus especially, it is a very modern sounding song, at least for me. I'm quite old, so maybe it's not. A lot of people have commented that it sounds dated. I am a bit worried that they will have just a band staging and not do anything all too special. What I really like about them is this tongue-in-cheekness in the music video, having former Eurovision participants in the music video, and his charisma, the lead singer's charisma as well. So I'm a bit worried that they might not use all of that in the stage performance, but if they do, this could actually grow on me even more. In 16th place, I have Erika Wigman with Ich komme, representing Finland and holding quite steady, going down only one place. And why is that? I appreciate this for the cool production. This has great instrumentals as well. I love the chorus. It's very catchy. And I love these choral parts and the call and response between her and the choir backings. I really like that. It's a fun song to listen to. It makes you smile. And obviously, I would change a few things about the performance, about the lyrics maybe as well. But overall, this is a fun performance and this will do very well indeed. In 15th place, I have Tautumetas Burman Laimi for Latvia, going down 3 places. Not a lot to say about this that I haven't already said, because I don't really listen to this song because it is such a performance piece that you really have to see the staging. And I kind of went with my personal airplay chart, so to speak. So how often do I listen to a song? Because that's an indication of how much I like this. But for this one, it would be very low if it was about airplay only, so to speak. But I do appreciate the harmonies, the song, the national elements as well, and this incredible staging that really sells the song for me. So just going with airplay in this case would not have been right. In 14th place, I have Adonis with Kiss Kiss Goodbye for Czechia. Seeing the Amsterdam Eurovision concert performance has sold this a bit more to me, because the choreography kind of works. The dance break is integrated quite well into the choreography, and that makes it seem less disjointed than it did just seeing the music video and hearing the song. I love his vocals a lot. I love this lower register in a male voice especially, or in any voice really. And he is a great performer. We don't have the same fashion sense, I don't think, but that's not all that important. I don't love the Kiss Kiss Goodbye and the repetitiveness of the song, but overall I think it is a good song, a good quality entry from Czechia this year. Then we have Red Sebastian, Strobe Lights for Belgium in 13th place. Here you might say, well, you don't like JJ's vocals because they're so high, how can you like this one? And I have to say that that is one of the parts that I don't love about this, and it's kind of on the borderline for me between being too high and too jarring. But I think because the intensity is so high throughout the song and the instrumentation as well, it kind of makes it more bearable, so to speak, and more than bearable, because I think this song is just a punch in the gut in a positive way. It's so energetic, so full of oomph, and I really like that. I love his personal style that he brings to the song as well, and that's why it's my number 13. I think this is the best song, along with Ich komme for the gym this year. In 12th place, I have Catharsis, Tavo Akis for Lithuania. Love the vibe for this. This is another song that I don't really listen to in my playlist. So in airplay, if we only talk about airplay, it would be much lower. But I love the vibe of this, his very intense stare at the audience, this Robert Eggers horror movie vibe, thriller vibe. I love the staging they did for this as well, and how it accentuates this feeling and this vibe in the song. The thing is, with the world in the state it is at the moment, I don't always want to lean into that and feel like that even more when listening to this song. but I can completely appreciate the artistry and the creativity that went into composing the song, the lyrics as well, and also coming up with the staging. So well done, Lithuania. In 11th place, Lucio Corsi, Volevo essere un duro for Italy. This has gone down quite a bit in my estimation. I think he is still a unique performer this year. He's so true to himself, natural, sweet. The song is subdued and relaxed, but still a good song and a great composition. It's a real cantautore song, and I love that we have something like that at Eurovision. The lyrics are some of the best this year, if not the best. I'm going to do a lyric interpretation video for them, I think, because they are so rich and there's so much going on in the lyrics. But I also think you need to understand the lyrics to really get this. And it is just a bit too relaxed, maybe, to be in my top 10, apparently. It's only my number 11, but I still appreciate this a lot. In 10th place, I have Clavdia with Asteromata. This should be higher, actually, but I think all of the songs above it I like even more, but I love this one as well. I listened to it again, and I think what I really appreciate about this is the dynamics in the instrumentation. The beat changes, becomes faster, then goes out again, and it really adds to this very flowy feeling I have when listening to the song. Obviously, her vocals are incredibly impressive. I saw a video by The Honest Vocal Coach where she also talked about how difficult it is to sing this song as well as Clavdia does. The lyrics are great. I love the Greek language for this. It just adds a special feeling to it that you wouldn't otherwise have. And she is a great performer. I hope they find a good staging for this as well. And just this flowy feeling, a bit similar to Germ as well, that I can't quite put into words, but I love listening to it 100%. In 9th place, holding strong, I have Prince and Mila for Serbia. I think a lot of people are overlooking this because the performance in the national final was so kitsch. But seeing him in Amsterdam performing this live with all of the emotion that you need for this song and an amazing vocal performance. And then also, I just love the song. It is kind of crazy in the way it is composed and lots of things are happening, lots of different instruments. But I really like that. And I love his voice. I love his vocal tone. The lyrics could have been better. They're a bit kitsch, but still, I just appreciate this song a lot. I love a Balkan ballad, and this is one of the most Balkan ballads we have this year, obviously, and that's why it's my number 9. Don't unsubscribe. This is just my personal opinion. Then in 8th place, I have Nina Žižić, Dobro došli with Montenegro. So you really see how much I love a Balkan ballad, even though this feels more like a Bond ballad, going up 5 places, which has a lot to do with the fact that I did a lyric interpretation video for this already, and I was reminded how great the lyrics are for this, how well it goes with the feel of the song as well. And in Amsterdam and in other live performances, she just convinced me with her vocals, with her very special style of performing, this diva style that is still very relatable. So I hope the best for Montenegro. I hope they, through some wonder, can qualify from second place in the semifinal, because this deserves to be in the final 100%. In 7th place, going down 2 places, I have Tutta l'Italia by Gabri Ponte for San Marino, mostly and almost exclusively because of the song, of how catchy it is. Love the lyrics, the tongue-in-cheek play with Italian stereotypes, done in a much better way than the other song we talked about in 37th position. It is catchy. I love listening to it. This is one of the most played songs in my playlist because it is so fun to listen to. However, obviously the staging is a bit of a problem here. And if it was just about the staging, or I focused more on the staging, this would be much lower, because I don't love the DJ-centered staging with the 2 singers in masks next to him. I have so many better ideas to stage this, and I'm guessing that he will do it as he has in Sanremo and in the Sammarinese national final, but still a great fun entry, which is why it is my number 7. In sixth place, I have Škodra Elektronike with Germ representing Albania. This song has changed a lot for me because before, and if you've seen my other top videos, I said that I love it when I listen to it, but it doesn't really stay in my head. That has completely changed. This is one of the songs that is in my head most out of the 37 songs we have this year. So is so catchy to me and is now staying in my head. And everything I said about it before it was so catchy to me still is the same. I love the flow of it, the melody, Beatrice's way of performing this so authentically and with such attitude, and but she's still relatable as well. I really love this. I can kind of overlook the part that he has in the song, which I wasn't a big fan of in the beginning, but I understand that it's important for the message of the song and for the lyrics of the song. So that's fine. I love the clapping. I love the interaction with the backing singers as well. The instrumentation, it's just a beautiful, beautiful song, and I would not hate it if this did incredibly well in Basel. In fifth place, I have Kai with Bara Bara Bastu representing Sweden. And before I talk about the song and the entry, I have to talk about something else because I discovered some of their other entries, their other songs, sorry, which are very funny to me, even though I think I am missing a lot of cultural references. But I just love their vibe. They have been doing this together for 15 years. So they were, I guess, they met in school or something. I'm not sure. But the vibe is just so positive and so wholesome. And the one that I love the most is their version of Nessun Dorma, the second version, where they sing about, Finns going to Estonia to buy cheaper alcohol. And I've been on this ferry from Tallinn to Helsinki. And so and I've seen all of these people with their wine carts and these huge amounts of bottles that they're bringing to Finland because it's cheaper in Estonia. So that is so funny to me. Check it out if you haven't yet. There is a video with English subtitles. So fun. And you also notice how good of a singer one of them is. I can't remember their names, but he sings this really, really well. And so, yeah, I love the vibe that they give off. And talking about the entry, that's the same thing. You have this vibe and this authenticity that shines throughout the song. They perform this really well. They sing it well as well. But the start with Na ja, I'm not sure whether this means the same thing as in German, but it always puts a smile on my face and draws me into the song and makes me want to have fun listening to it, and I am. And I've been listening to this more and more because it just makes me happy listening to it. They perform this really well. This is the perfect combination of Finnish fun and Swedish good production. I think the composition of the song is cool. It's incredibly catchy, and this might be a grower for me, and it is already in my top 5. So well done, Kai and Sweden. Love that this is in Swedish and parts in Finnish as well. So yeah, we're now getting to the songs I really, really love, as you might notice. In fourth place, I have the UK Remember Monday, What the Hell Just Happened. And this is a bit similar to Kai. I would love these 3 ladies and the 3 guys from Kai to come together and do some kind of a duet, because the vibe is very similar. It feels like they have known each other for a very long time. It feels like they are real girlfriends who have maybe actually been through what they are singing about in this song, like this hangover after a long night out. The music video is so fun to watch, all of their antics, and the humor that they put into the song is just incredible. Just look at their faces in the image you can see on your screen there. Love that. And the performance in Amsterdam has just confirmed to me that they are amazing vocalists. The harmonies in the song, which are not easy to do, they do perfectly. It almost sounds better in the live version than in the studio version because they add this tongue-in-cheekness to the live version as well. And the fact that they sing this so well and that they are able to sing this so well can help them focus on the staging and doing crazy things for the staging. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this on the Eurovision stage. So one of my favorite British entries in a very, very long time. In third place, going down 2, this was my number 1 in the top 32 video, I have Claude with C'est la vie. I still love the coziness when I feel when I listen to this song. The lyrics are so personal about his mom telling him that's what life is. I love the dance as well. I love his vocals. It's a radio friendly song, but it's not too generic. It is a bit repetitive. The C'est la vie is repeated a lot, obviously, but for some reason, I don't really care about that in this case too much. I think because it just feels so cozy and it's so fun to listen to. It's one of the 3 entries I listen to the most, and that's why it is basically my number 3. I hope they include the choreography from the music video in the stage performance, because that adds a special je ne sais quoi to the whole thing as well. In second place, I have La France, Louane, Maman, a new entry. I loved this the first time I listened to it, but I wasn't 100% sold on the chorus, the Maman, because it's repeated quite a lot. However, this just won me over with its authenticity, the realness in the lyrics. She's really telling us about something going on in her life, being very open and intimate with us. She sings about what she would tell her mom that she lost at an early age, about her life as it is at the moment, how she found the love of her life, how she now has a daughter of her own that calls her maman. And there are some parts in the lyrics that just hit me every single time I hear them, make me feel emotional, give me almost goosebumps every single time. And that is something that not a lot of songs manage to do for me. And this one does, which is why it's so high up in my ranking. If we talk about which song I would want to win, this is actually the one, and France, which I would love to see winning, because I think Eurovision hosted in France would be very special indeed. She sings this very well. The chorus has to be just right, because otherwise it could be a bit jarring. I prefer the studio version to the live version in the rugby stadium, but still, she has such a authentic vibe when performing this song. You really believe her every single word that she sings, and she has a great voice, and I can't say anything else. I just love this a lot, and I listen to this a lot as well. Now, you know that my number 1 is this, Zoé with Voyage for Switzerland. This is one of the biggest growers. Again, I loved this the first time I heard it, but every time I listen to the song, I like it even more. The beginning, Mes yeux candid découvrent le monde, is so beautiful to me. Yeah, just incredible. The instrumentation is so incredible as well. The strings that come in with this franticness in one part of the song, the softness at the beginning, but then also this moment after the frantic part where it feels like in the music video, it does actually happen. The sun comes up and it's this moment of serenity in a way. I just love this so much. It is so musically perfect and wonderfully composed, great production as well. And I just love her and her voice. She's one of the biggest discoveries for me this Eurovision. I listened to a lot of her songs in her discography, and just to tell you what you might want to listen to if you love Voyage as much as I do, these are some of the songs that I have added to my playlist that I find so interesting. Some of them are partly in German, partly in French. Some of them are all in French or all in German, but all of them have something very special. And I just love her voice so much. Again, this feels very authentic and very genuine when she performs this, and I can't wait to see this on the Eurovision stage. So that is my top 37. Again, my own personal opinion. Don't take it too seriously, but do let me know in the comments your personal top 37 and also where you disagree with me on some of these songs. I'm always interested to see your opinions, and sometimes it also changes my appreciation for a song. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing. By the way, we just reached 13,000 subscribers. I still cannot quite believe this. I will never understand why so many people want to listen to what I have to say about these songs, but I'm happy that you do. And if you aren't subscribed yet, do subscribe. Then you will not miss any of my future videos. Lots of videos coming your way, obviously, in the next couple of weeks. And then I might see you for my next video. See you then, and bye-bye.